Ave Satanis, Ave Lucifera, Ave Lord Belial, Ave Great Lord Leviathan, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, the true Queen of the Night, the true Mother of all demons, Ave Queen Astaroth, Ave Queen Tiamat, Ave King Lord Pazuzu, or King Pazuzu, Ave King Asmodee, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave Lord Vereen, Ave Lord Volok, Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness that are in existence, and Ave and hail to my true 666% brothers and sisters. And I mean that literally. I really do. When I say that, I mean it. I don't joke around at all when I say that. But this video, actually, yeah, this video, I want to talk about personal growth in your belief system. Be it whether your belief system is Theistic Satanism, traditional Satanism, spiritual Satanism, Demonolatry, Necromancy, either or, okay? You have to ask yourself, you got to sit down and think about it, like becoming, because it's becoming a new year, right? And calendar-wise, anyway. And that being said, I know I have asked myself this question, and I'll probably ask myself. Be probably thinking of it until probably maybe New Year's, maybe. But that being said, how you have to ask yourself this question. You have to reflect on. The last 300 and, say New Year's Eve, last 365 days. And reflect on the part that, have you grown any in your belief system in the past year? Now, it doesn't have, or have you, that question, have you grown any in your belief system in the past year? Or how much have you grown in the past year? Or have you advanced in your belief system as much as you hoped you would have in this year, or as much as you had planned? Because obviously true Satanism is a growing process. Okay? We don't just stagnate. Or we shouldn't just stagnate, I should say. Now, that being said, I know myself personally. I know I have grown a lot over this past year. And a lot of it, obviously, is due to the demonic helping me grow. And Father Satan, King Lucifer. All of the Demerge. All of the ancients. And I got no problem saying it. Actually, I'm proud to say it, to be honest with you. And that being said, because if you have not grown in the past year, just like I would ask myself the same question, I just got an itchy head there and just scratching it into my pen. If you have not grown in the past year, okay, in your belief system, and you're stagnated, what are you going to do to get out of that stagnation? How are you going to fix it in this coming year? How are you going to fix it? Well, if it was me personally, because I'm after reviewing myself, believe you me, and I know for a fact that I personally and honestly, I have grown tremendously in this past year in my belief system, and I know that for a fact. Now, number one way that I started to grow was by doing videos. But the only reason I started to do videos to begin with was because I felt Father Satan, King Lucifer, Queen Lilith, my patron demon, King Asmodeus, I felt them leading me to do videos. And I felt it for a while, but I just kept, not doing it. But, this day I decided, screw it, I'm going to try it. And I tried it. And I said to myself, after I did my first video, okay? I said to myself, now, if I do videos, even if they help one individual, even if they help one person on their satanic path, and a demonic path, or necromantic path, or whichever, if I help one person get closer to Father Satan and the demonic, it's worth 1,000,000 videos. There's no question. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. And I plan on helping a lot more. That's my plan. And also on my personal growth, not including the videos, ritual-wise, because if you don't do rituals, okay, to become closer to the ancient gods, right, and to become closer to all of the ancient gods and the demonic and all that, you're not going to grow. And I don't care if you've been on this path 50 years. It doesn't matter. You have to do satanic and demonic and necromantic rituals if you're into necromancy. Me personally, I love necromancy. I don't talk about it very much. I don't talk about it not as near as much as I should. I love necromancy. I really do. Like when I was like 12, 13 years old in the nighttime, like 10, 11 o'clock, when I should have been home in bed in the little town I'm from, in Newfoundland, Canada, I would be in the cemetery. No lights in there. There's no lights in the cemetery in the little town I grew up from. None. Pitch black in the nighttime, which is the way I love it. And I used to be in there at 11 o'clock in the night when I was 12 years old. By myself. Just, because I got a brother. At that time, I had one brother that was, and a close cousin that was buried there. Now I got, a lot of cousins buried there. 2 sisters, and a brother, and my earthly father. My earthly dad. He's buried there as well. Now, that being said, I didn't feel like you think a lot of people think that, especially the ones that don't know anything, that are not involved in the satanic or demonic or necromantic. They think that, I know my mother said to me, I can remember my mother saying to me, my earthly mother, obviously, saying to me one day, she asked me, she said, because someone told them somebody told them, because you know what way little town is, right? They all beak off. Someone told them told Mom that I was in the cemetery, like, last night, like, late. Told my mother that I was in the cemetery, like, late, right? And my mother asked me. I told her. I didn't lie to her. I told her the truth. I told her, yeah, I was in the cemetery last night. I go in there all the time in the nighttime after dark. And she asked why. I said, because so I won't get bothered by anybody. So, like, because the way the town was, if you're in there in the daytime or whatever, and somebody sees you, they're fucking nosy. Too nosy for their own good. And so I used to go in the nighttime when I wouldn't get bothered by anybody. And then, when I got older, I started getting into ghost hunting. And I still have all the equipment and I've done ghost hunting for years in cemeteries and places that were supposedly reported to be haunted, right? I've done ghost hunting for years, and I loved it, and I still love it. To this day, I still love it. Now, that being said, I think that was part of the, I think that was part of me getting into my necromancy. Like, when I was young like that. I think that was Father Satan and King Asmodeus leading me up to it. Getting into my belief system that I have in Satanism and necromantic part. Now, I know I have a great brother, Michael Heisley. Michael got his own YouTube channel. You know, he puts videos on Facebook. He's also involved. He's also in with the dark. He's also in the dark sorcery group on YouTube, doing videos. And Michael's videos are amazing. Like, they really are. Like, the man knows his shit. And I'm not joking when I say that. I mean, he really knows his stuff. He is very intelligent when it comes to do anything to do with the left-hand path. From Wicca right to necromancy. Any kind of Satanism involved in between. Michael knows all about it. He knows everything about it. And if he don't know, if there's something that he doesn't know, he'll find a book and find it out. Or he'll do ritual to find it out. Now me, I'm the same way. Except Michael, me and Michael we don't look at it from a different approach. Except we just got a different way of doing videos. Michael does his videos education-wise. Okay? I try to do mine education-wise, but, you know, sometimes I just go off and all that, right? I just veer off subjects and stuff like that, right? But that's just me. Like, we got two different ways of doing videos. But I think Michael's videos are amazing. I really do. I learned a lot. I honestly can say that I learned a lot from Michael Heisley. I really do. And I'm not going to lie and say I don't. And anybody that watches Michael's videos will say the same thing. And if they say they don't learn anything off of Michael's videos, number one, they're either lying, or number two, they don't want to learn. They don't want to grow in their path. Because there's no way you can watch Michael's videos and not learn something. I don't care who you are. Unless you're just that hard-headed that you don't want to learn. Now that being said, the same goes for my brother Behemoth X. His videos are amazing. Like, you watch his videos on YouTube, and you're going to learn. You're going to learn a lot of different things. And I mean that literally. And in saying that, the same goes for, obviously, we all know EA Wedding. Everybody knows all about, you know, all them at the ball place. Who's connected to ball place. Now, the same goes for Carrie Darkstar. Carrie Darkstar, obviously, she's involved with dark sorcery as well. And she's involved with the dark sorcery group, same as Michael. And she does videos there. And she also does them on her own channel, on Carrie Darkstar channel. And when she does them, you learn from them. I'm not joking, like, you really do learn from her too. She is a very intelligent lady. Along with being beautiful. That's just one of the extra perks. Right? But, you know, then you got other people that you learn from. Like Maria Ravensoul. You know, Maria got a great book out at Satan's Altar. You know, the book's a great price for the information it holds. And Maria's been on this path a long time. And she knows her stuff too. No question about it. But I'm sure Maria spends a lot of time doing rituals as well. Well, I know for a fact that Michael does. And I know for a fact that Behemoth X does. And I will 100% say that Maria does as well. Because the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand, right? I don't think they understand it. You have to do rituals. Okay, you have to. If you're a true Satanist, or necromancer, or demonolator, or demonolatress, you have to do rituals. If you don't do rituals, how are you going to become closer to the ancient gods? How are you going to become closer to the demonic? You're not. They're not going to teach you anything. They're not going to teach you nothing if you don't put yourself out there. If you don't put, what I mean by put yourself out there is if you don't do rituals and commune with them, commune with the ancient gods, with the ancients. You have to. Otherwise, you're not going to learn nothing. Sure, you can say that you're a Satanist and post stuff and things like that, but if you don't do rituals, you're just wasting time. Because if you don't ask the demonic for help, okay, and ask the demonic if they can share their knowledge with you, empower you, enlighten you, things of that nature, they're not going to unless they know that you're going to, you know, and in return, we do offerings to them. You know, be it incense, be it just incense. You know, you might think it's just incense, but it's a good offering. Or be it food, be it drink, or be it your own blood, or be it your bodily fluids, sexually. Your sexual body fluids. Now, that being said, you have to, if you're a true Satanist, and I don't care who you are, if you're a true Satanist, you got to do rituals. You have to do, you do, and you have to do, in my honest opinion, if you're a true Satanist, you have to do blood rituals. Now, whether you use just a few drops of blood, or a little bit of fingernail clippings, or toenail clippings, or a little piece, or some hair, anything with your DNA on it, the demonic love it. But they really love blood. Like, they really do. The more the merrier for them. Which I can see why. And that's why when I do 99% of the time when I do rituals, I do a blood ritual. 99% of the time. No, I won't say 95. I'll say 95% for sure. I do a blood ritual. And that's one way that we grow. Because we commune with the ancient gods that way. Like, we're communing with them. We're learning from them. We're getting to know them. And they are getting to know us. Because the thing is, we have to build up a relationship with the ancient gods. We don't just do one ritual and then that's it. No, you got to continue to grow. And that's how you grow. That's how you grow on your spiritual path. By doing rituals. And meditation and all that. You have to. Otherwise, you're not going to grow at all, and I don't care who you are. I got scars on my body. This scars here from cuts that's been done over the years, and this scar is like you can see the hole in my arm. That's one area that I mainly cut when I'm doing rituals, and there's up here. You know, I got scars all on my, and they're, you know, it's all for blood rituals. For Father Satan, and King Lucifer, and Great King Asmodeus, and beautiful Queen Lilith, and all of them. All the ancient gods. Lord Behelbegor loves blood. He loves blood rituals. Lord Behelbegor does. I'm almost 99% sure that they all do. Actually, I'll probably even say 100% sure that they all do. Be honest with you. But we have to, in order for us to grow as Satanists, we have to do blood rituals. And not just blood rituals, we have to do rituals in general. Because that's the only way we're going to grow. And if you look at it from last year, this time last year, to now, like look back on your own life, and how far you have come, how far you have grown on your spiritual path, and what your intent is, like what's your end goal, or if you have an end goal, you got to reach for it. And that means you got to do, like the demonic will help you, no question. They got no problem helping you. But you gotta, you gotta offer something in return. Be it blood, food offerings, drinks, you have to offer something in return. They're not going to do it for nothing, and they want to get to know us as much as we want to get to know them. Probably more. Because they really do. I'm not joking. I don't joke when I do my videos. Like, the demonic want to get to know us as much as we get to know them. As much as we want to get to know them. But we have to have the desire. And we obviously have to pay them full respect. And we obviously have to, because that's the only, and we have to read a lot, man, you have to. Because that's the only way you get knowledge. And, you're not just going to get knowledge by just sitting down like a lump and not doing a thing, not doing any research. And when you work with any ancient god, you should learn as much as you possibly can about that ancient god before you work with him. That way you'll know his likes, his dislikes, if he's a day demon, if he's a night demon, all that stuff. What phase of the moon they prefer, or he prefers, or she prefers, depending on if it's a female demon or female ancient god. We have to look at ourselves, and I know I do it all the time, and see if the goals we set last year, see if we reached or surpassed them. And if we reached and surpassed them, great. Now we got to set goals for next year. We have to set goals for next year then, right away. Or I know I do. I know that for a fact. But we definitely have to have an intent. Because if we don't, we got to have a goals. And Father Satan and the demonic are right there to help us with them goals. But we have to put our work in. Nothing comes easy. You don't just wake up tomorrow morning and you got $100 million in your bank account. Doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Well, actually, I wouldn't. Well, it'd be nice, but then everyone would be the same way, so it'd be kind of boring. But that being said, Ave Satanas, Ave Lucifera, Ave Great Lord Belial, Ave Great Lord Leviathan, Ave Beautiful Queen Lilith, Ave Queen Astaroth, Ave King Azazel, Ave King Pazuzu, Ave King Asmodeus, Ave King Asmodee, Ave Lord Vereen, Ave Lord Volok, Ave Lord Behelbegor, Ave Lord Beelzebub, Ave King Pazuzu, Ave and hail to every demon and every demoness in existence. And I'll talk to you next, guys. Hail Satan.